Hello, everybody. This is Swati live from Los Angeles. Today is August 29th, 7 a.m. in Los Angeles. Let me have the question and answer tab on. Looks like I don't have it on this side in case anybody wants to have any comment. There are a couple of comments, but before I get into that, let me tell you what we are going to do today. Yesterday, we talked about the neuroscience, what neuroscientific studies have been showing about mindfulness meditation. And today, what I would like to talk about, which is sort of continuation of the neuroscientific type of studies, but it is about problem solving. How mindfulness meditation is going to change the way you do problem solving. And this is an introduction to the week that's coming up, because some of the things we have already learned and some of the things we are going to learn in the coming week, and that will complete what we have been talking about this whole course. So let me see what the comments are. Okay, Alessandro is asking me any news from possible ones. So I'm working on it, and most likely it will happen, especially given today's topic, which says that, where I'm going to tell you how your problem solving style is going to change. And of course, I'm talking about something good. Otherwise, I would not be advertising it in this class. So for that purpose, it would be really good to continue the practice. And I am trying to see if I can set it up with our Aloha Mindfulness Camp people. So I will let you know. You can assume, I would say 99% possibility that it is going to happen. Now, Dolores wants to know if meditation can help to reduce painful headaches. Okay, I don't know research studies. I haven't really, I mean, there may be some, I just haven't kept track of research studies specifically about headaches. But I know clients who have talked about okay, I can't say a lot of clients, but a couple of clients who did say that their headache improved because of mindfulness meditation. In general, about any chronic pain issue, as I had said before, you would be able to separate pain from suffering. This is just physical pain versus all the stories we add. So in that sense, if you attend to just pure pain, sometimes it gets reduced. And also all the other philosophy that we have talked about. So Dolores, try it out. So I'm sorry, but I can't answer this question with, yes, you will get help. But I would strongly suggest trying it. If I come across anything about it, I will let you know. I have your email. Okay. So now when it comes to problem solving, long-term meditators have always reported that they solve problems based on intuition. Their problem solving style changes, as in insights can fall into their laps. The way they solve problems is not that there is a fixed solution and how do I get to it, or feeling stuck in one thing that there is no solution at all possible, or the way to solve problem would be step by step analytical. That's one way to solve a problem. But the way long-term meditators have reported is they become more intuitive. They learn to wait for the solution to come to them. Now, to a certain degree, I'm using my words, but I have experienced it myself. And I do work with people as a psychotherapist. So I have started telling people a solution always exists. You have to wait sometimes for the solution to come to you. And sometimes, even if you know what the solution is, what the next step is, it takes time. So solution doesn't always show up or manifest itself when you want. The time frame is not fixed. However, there is a solution and it will come to you. So we have to learn to wait by using mindfulness meditation techniques and by being more and more immersed into whatever purposeful, whatever we have decided is purposeful to us. So that's the way mindfulness meditation meditators have reported solving problems. Now, lately, I've seen interesting studies in this area. I believe it is partly because of Steve Jobs. We know, Steve Jobs, we know, as in a lot of people know, that Steve Jobs was a long term meditator. He was a Zen practitioner, and the practice of being mindful of an object is what Zen practitioners do. I don't want to minimize the practice, there's a lot more to it. It has a big overlap in mindfulness, as in mindfulness meditations, we focus on us, what my experience is, not on something totally outside of us. But even when we do pay attention to something outside of us, let's say I had asked you right in the beginning in mindfulness activities, if there is a pair of glasses or any kind of object, a pen, feel it and pay attention to it. So that's also a type of mindfulness. So because when Steve Jobs had his book, the big biography by Isaacson came out, where he actually discusses Steve Jobs' meditation practice, how Steve Jobs talked about when he wanted to get creative solutions or when creative ideas, he used to meditate, or he attributes that to his meditation practice. And during his funeral or memorial service, his friend, CEOs and people like that, one of them specifically talked about his meditation practice and how Steve thought that was a crucial part of his creative thinking, problem solving. So it could be because of that, but there has been an interest in how mindfulness meditation can increase creativity. Now, when I say creativity, it's a specific type of creativity, which is basically not to have one fixed problem or get stuck in one way of solving problems, but to be open to different kinds of solutions. There are a lot of different solutions to any one given problem. So to be able to creatively look for all those different problems, solutions. For example, let's say somebody gives you an object and says, what are the different ways you can use this object? So some people can come up with 20, 30 different ways to use that object and creative ways to use that object. So now that's how they test creativity in a way. Like somebody says, this is a box, how are you going to use this box? Some people will say to store things, to store clothes, to store shoes, to store this, to store that. So there may be a lot of different solutions, but the quality is obviously not as creative. But some people will say, if I have a box, then I will use it as a litter box for my pet, or these kinds of. So that's more creative. And some people can come up with even better solutions. Some people, I mean, this talking with the box thing, some people have said things like, if I become homeless, I'll use it to live in that box. Now that's not a nice thing to say. It's not to minimize the plight of the homeless people, but when you hear it, you feel like, wow, I mean, where is this mind going? Or there are other kinds of solutions that people have talked about, like how they will make some kind of art from using boxes. So there are a lot of different ways to look at the same thing. Um, so how do people? So there have been studies, especially from university, Leiden University in Netherlands, where researchers have tried to measure creativity, and they have tried to see if meditating or meditation sessions can actually increase this kind of creative problem solving. And they found that not all types of meditations may allow you to do that, but a certain type of mindfulness meditation called open monitoring or open awareness meditation will actually increase creativity. And what they did was they actually used mindfulness training of open awareness kind of meditation with their subjects, or used it only twice, each time for 40 minutes, and they saw increase in creativity. Now this, they have repeated this study twice, so it's probably, they're probably right. Long-term meditators, they did test this. Long-term meditators, obviously, the way they report problem solving, as I said, is more intuition based, and they tested that. But then they also wanted to see, do you have to be a long-term meditator? And they did these studies, as I said, 2 sessions, 40 minutes each, and they found some increase. Now, of course, if you keep meditating, if you establish a practice, then this kind of thing will be sustained. Now, a lot of businesses are using mindfulness meditation. And of course, stress reduction is one of the big benefits, as we have seen, anxiety reduction, or as well as self-awareness. But I want to show you this one thing that I had in one of my presentations about creativity or innovative thinking and mindfulness. I hope I can share screen with you guys. Okay, here it is. So Google, for example, has mindfulness meditation trainings. And Google, those of you who know, has a position called Jolly Good Fellow. And there is a Vietnamese engineer, Meng, who has that position. So I want to read what he said about meditation at Google. Meditation at Google isn't just about silence or stillness. It's about cultivating a certain attitude that changes how we see so-called intractable problems and so-called problem people. So, as I have already mentioned, at work, when you have difficult people and you want to solve that problem or intractable problems. Now, Google like place, as you know, it has, the people have to come up with good ideas. And this, I thought, captures when I say problem solving through using mindfulness meditations. The other thing is, long-term meditators report a blissful feeling. Blissful feeling as in the me center. It's not all about just me and what's going to happen to me, what happened to me in the past, what happened to me in the future. But like I showed you in the neuroscience talk yesterday, that you move away from the me center. You learn to train your default mode network, the mind wandering network. You learn to you train that network to come back to the object that you have planned. In that process, the attention from me and my worries comes to whatever we have planned. And because of reducing this me center activity, that is one of the ways in which you get the blissful feeling. It's about feeling that you are part of this whole world, whatever is going on. Now, there is one thing that they see in meditators when they check their brains, that there's a spike in gamma waves. Now, gamma waves are these really high frequency waves which which researchers didn't know about till some years ago because of their very high frequency. And these gamma waves are whole brain waves. They integrate our whole brain. And then when there is a spike, you get this blissful feeling. So you wouldn't, some people have already told me how they feel, you know, kind of a certain different sort of experience in their body. And if you do mindfulness meditation occasionally, or as you do more and more, you will get this blissful feeling. And part of the reason I'm mentioning this blissful feeling and the gamma wave spike is, researchers also see that when you have a creative aha moment, what happens? There's a gamma wave spike. Now, this is not just about meditations, the creative solution or the aha moment. I'm talking about in general, whether it is while you are meditating or whether it is from somewhere else, it doesn't matter. If you see creativity research, you will see that the neuroscientists have seen gamma wave spike when people get the aha moment. And then in the meditation world, the long term meditators, when they get this blissful feeling, they also get this gamma wave spike. So I wonder if it is related, because we know that the way we solve problem changes and it becomes more intuitive, more kind of aha moment. Insight falls into your lap, like I've been saying. When you do open awareness meditations, and what are open awareness meditation? For that, you have to wait till tomorrow to know what open awareness meditation is. All I can say right now is whatever we have been doing so far, it is very relevant, consistent, and you need this training to move more towards open awareness meditations. So, just to give you an idea, there are two types of mindfulness meditations. One is focused and concentration, and the other one is open awareness. So far we have been doing the breath awareness, the body awareness, which are focus and concentration meditation. We decide what we want to focus on, and that's what we focus on. Our different parts of our body or breath, and we keep coming back to it, and in that process we increase our focus and concentration. In open awareness meditations, you don't restrict yourself just to one object, but you remain open to see what comes in your attention span. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Right now, let's get to our today's mindfulness meditation. So close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Now breathe in and breathe out and pay attention to your breath for a while, for a short time. Here and now. And now, decide what meditation you would like to do from the repertoire of meditations that we have learned so far. Breath awareness, body awareness, paying attention to certain parts of your body, anxiety reduction through experiencing light, gratitude meditation, loving kindness compassion meditation, self-compassion meditation. Choose any of these meditations in your mind, one of them. Choose one meditation and start doing that. I'm going to remind you to come back to your meditation. And when the time comes, I will need to go, but I would urge you to continue meditating for as long as you can. And if there is any question, please email me. attention back. Right now, it's only you and your meditation. Everything else is outside the door. If anything is pulling you away or tempting you away from your meditation, tell them to wait. This is your time right now to become more aware. Bring your attention back to your object, here and now. Just relax your shoulders and pay attention. If you're falling asleep, open your eyes. Bring the attention back. If your mind is wandering around, aha, this is my mindful moment. Let me come back. Bring your attention back. Breathe in, I pay attention. I breathe out, I pay attention. Bring it back to the object you've chosen. Mindful. Breathe in and breathe out. And bring your attention back to whatever object you have chosen. Mindful moment. Please continue meditating as long as you want. Keep bringing your attention back.